No one thought he was
faked me out so hard.
Faked everybody.
He was not crazy.
He wasn't faking that he was drinking throughout camp.
I wonder if he actually drank that beer or if it was water. If you guys jump out of the cage, you're getting fined. And I was like, yo, what's like the max fine? And they're like 150,000 for jumping out of the cage. BETR already has the craziest multipliers in the industry, and we're taking it up a level. We're taking it up. It's going to be insane. 1,000x multipliers. You heard me right. 1,000x. All you got to do is add 4 boosts to your lineup. Not even that many. 4 boosts to your lineup, and get ready to win big. BETR has the UFC, so you can already lock me in there as a boost. We got the NBA, the NFL, the NHL, the MLB. They're all live in the app. Go download BETR. Use code BO. 1,000x. Win you some money.
Let's get into it. Oh, that makes me even more hurt because this is a dope setup. I thought we were going to be like huddled around a laptop.
No,
this is way better.
I set it up.
Yeah.
Was it very hard to move that TV?
I believe it.
Yeah.
You know what we need to do? Get 2 TVs. Leave that there, get another TV.
Tim.
Oh, okay.
You thought...
Okay. It's all coming together.
You haven't been here in a while, huh?
Dude, it's been like over a month.
Yeah, dude, we do.
Really?
Yeah.
We have to talk about that, man.
Yeah. I mean,
Where were you, man? Where were you last week?
No, he was here.
Oh, I was.
He just shrunk down a little bit. His eyebrows were a little bushier. His beard was a little shorter or a little longer.
Yeah, I heard there was a little attractiveness debate that you were clearly a part of.
Well, that I won.
So
Really?
so let me
Your girlfriend commented 12 times.
Rewind. Guys, who do you think's like the most attractive out of this group? Is it like me? Is it Tony? Is it Bryce? Is it like, whoa, what's going on here? Were you asking rhetorical questions? Like I thought this was I know. What is this? Let's get deep or what?
What was the consensus?
Me by 30 miles.
Well, he looks exactly like Matt Rife. What are we supposed to do?
Yeah.
Jawline.
We had a debate last week about if me and Chris Pratt were just best friends or brothers.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
It's pretty crazy.
So,
but
podcast was okay without me.
Well, it was definitely a little different. We talked slightly about sitting and spinning for a little bit. And
right.
What?
Bro, you just gotta listen to it. There was something talking about why don't you sit on and spin, something like that. I don't know. It was a whole thing.
A lot of guys getting on your yeah. And Bryce went into it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
He had to explain to Ron and I what that was.
The thing I love about Bryce is he's so curious about so many things, and he's quite knowledgeable on many topics. So
yeah, he knows a lot.
Probably a great guest.
Yeah. You know what I think he's the most knowledgeable on, which is interesting? Music.
Yeah, I mean, he showed us John Bellion.
Yeah. Showed us John Bellion. And it took me to my first, he doesn't like calling it a rave. He likes calling it a concert. But my first, I guess, rave. So that was sick.
What was that?
I went to Phoenix for his birthday and popped in, and they rented like a party bus. Actually, yeah, this was like a year ago.
This
is literally like a year ago. And it doesn't seem like a year ago.
Yeah, seems way longer.
Yeah, and he took me to a rave.
Well, he's also like super into heavy metal music, isn't he?
Yeah, he likes a little metal, a little heavy metal.
He's very diverse.
Yeah. I mean, I went to Luke Combs this weekend. So
how was that?
Talk to us about Luke Combs. How is he? I heard he's super liberal.
I don't know. He didn't really talk much about politics on the mic, which I was happy about.
Smart. Stay away from that.
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
weird. I wouldn't expect that.
Yeah.
That he's super liberal?
Yeah.
I know, right? It's weird.
Yeah, it seems like
he's an industry. Hot take. Luke Combs, industry plant? Question mark?
I agree.
Put that as the header. Okay.
Yeah. For the header, do like me going, and then Luke Combs, like just a picture of Luke Combs, and then industry plant, question mark.
And then make it seem like he was supposed to be our guest.
Yeah. Which he was.
Which he was.
Which, yeah.
Sorry, guys. We were supposed to have Luke Combs on today, but last minute he had to cancel because he had a Democratic fundraiser to attend.
Yeah, he did date with Joe Biden.
Yeah.
So it was good?
He's honestly probably cool, dude. We shouldn't judge people on their political opinion.
Yeah, that's true.
Seems like a good dude.
Yeah, I wish I knew more of his songs. I knew about 3. But
I got one. What's Sing one for us. Sing one for us.
Beer never broke my heart. Hurricane.
Long neck, ice cold beer never broke my heart.
And that's how we
Turns
just
out
got.
Luke Combs is actually here. Like diamond rings and football teams that torn this boy apart. Yeah, we're on one today. We're on one today.
It's been a minute, and this kombucha is delightful. What
It is
flavor
very
this?
good.
This is
dude.
pineapple.
Ooh.
Getting this crazy.
So I was like,
Let's
that
go.
cannot be bad.
New #1 podcast.
One day you should just spike this and not tell us, and then see what transpires the next 12 hours.
12-hour podcast. Marathon podcast.
It's funny that you brought that up right now. But yeah, it was a good concert. Sold out Beaver Stadium. It was one of the,
That's not. There was 80,000 people there. That's not sold out.
dude. Well, for how they like put the stage and everything.
You mean
it was
Bryce
sold out.
Jordan?
No, it was
No,
in
no,
Beaver.
no, it was
Really?
in Beaver Stadium.
Wow.
Bro,
Dude,
so listen to this.
electric.
I got a story. I wasn't even there, but my parents were there. So listen to this story. So Tom and Britt were like down in the pit front row because that's how they roll. They're bougie. Shout out Tom DeLilla. Shout out to Appalachian Movers, actually. That's his business. And my parents were like, oh, yo, y'all are going? And then they snuck them down in there. My parents were like up higher. And they sneak them down in there. And as they're going, doing the concert, doing the whole thing, there's these people that have been next to him the whole time. And they were cool. It was like an older guy and his wife. And like they were maybe like 50, 60. And then their kids, I think, or their like son and his girlfriend or something. And so the dude... The son is like probably 30, but he's like a big dude, like tall and like heavy. And so he just starts like sweating and like looking kind of queasy and stuff. And at first my parents were like, is this dude drunk or like what's going on? Like this looks insane. And I just realized they just told you this story last night, didn't they not?
No,
oh, you weren't there yet?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So anyways, so he's like all queasy, like beads of sweat. And he's like, ugh, and then like passes out. My dad catches him. And the other dude catches him and they like lift him up and he's like eyes rolling back in his head, like looking nuts. And my mom is like talking to the lady who's his mom or whatever. And she's like, yo, what's wrong? What's going on? And the lady's like freaking out, like doesn't know what to do. And my mom just goes randomly without like provocation or anything, get him some sugar, get him some sugar. And my dad snuck in a bunch of Swedish Fish because my mom loves Swedish Fish.
Bro,
and so he pulls out of his pocket like a bunch of Swedish Fish and starts force feeding this dude Swedish Fish. And then he wakes up and he's perfectly fine. And my mom was like, yeah, everything all right? He's diabetic, right? And the lady was like, yeah, it's my son. He is diabetic. And my mom just like had some type of sixth sense and knew that he was like having a blood sugar issue. And they fed him, and then he was fine the rest of the concert. He just popped up and was like, good to go.
What the hell?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And my mom was like, my mom started like questioning the lady. She was like, what were you doing? Like, and the lady was like, I don't know. I'm a nurse, but normally my son and daughter both have it, and they normally are pretty good about it. But I guess he was drinking and stuff. I don't know. And I was like, the real question is, how did you know that he needed sugar?
Yeah, what a godsend. That's
I know.
So
no, like
crazy.
seriously. And like, I don't even know how they would have got the guy out of there. It's like you said, 80,000 people there and stuff. They're down at the very close to the stage. So my mom saved the guy's life.
Yeah, that's amazing. now that we've acknowledged how amazing and how cool and what a godsend that is, imagine she was like, he's diabetic, right? He's like, no. I'd go with Swedish Fish. Or like, all right, I'm back.
Are you diabetic? Nope. I was just hungry. Just a little hangry.
That's wild.
Yeah,
dude.
it's super wild. I don't know. Like, I don't even know. I would have loved to have seen it. Obviously, like I said, I wasn't there. But
And the fact that he snuck Swedish Fish is equally funny.
that's the most funny part.
It's not even packaged, just like
No, it wasn't. No. It was in a.
like lint on it.
It wasn't. It wasn't. He had him in a plastic sandwich bag, which is weirder than like.
Oh, that's
if
funny,
they were
dude.
just like free floating down in there, because he took them out of the Swedish Fish bag. Maybe they ordered like a bulk bag or something, but I don't know how it went down. But he had him in a little sandwich bag.
Wow. That's freaking funny.
And my dad was pissed because those were like his last three
He's
Swedish
like,
Fish.
he needs him. He's like,
I gotta give it to him. Can I just give him the beer? They're like, no, he needs sugar. They're like, it's an IPA.
Well, you haven't seen people get like stretchered out of there before. It's crazy.
Like concerts?
Well, at Beaver Stadium, I was just saying like in
I
general.
don't watch football.
There was somebody like, there was like a mom like 4 rows up that I don't know what happened, but they came down and just
from the same place?
From like, I was sitting up like way up there.
Yo, that dude had to get stretchered out of the UFC card when Arman knocked his ass out.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think he actually got stretchered, but
really?
That would have been cool.
Hey.
Yeah, well, we did see someone getting stretchered out when we walking in.
We did.
The dude was fine.
Yeah, he was just drunk. yeah, he was just like playing Candy Crush. he's like, I really don't want to get an Uber home.
Thanks for the ride, boy.
He got withheld $31,000. Arman,
worth it.
Yeah,
for that punch.
For punching that dude in the face.
That's pretty hefty.
I'd say worth it, but he got it. He didn't get fined. He just got it withheld for a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. And
another dude, Diego Lopez, like for jumping out of the cage, got fined. Dude, they told us, they were like, if you guys jump out of the cage, you're getting fined. You can't do it here. Blah blah blah. This and that. And they made. And I was like, yo, what's like the max fine? And they're like $150,000 for jumping out of the cage. And I was like, that's a lot of money. That's more than a lot of guys. Most guys are getting paid.
Yeah. They're definitely bluffing on that. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was thinking max fine, like when Khabib jumped out of the cage and beat the shit out of like 8 guys.
You know, 150K. Fair. That's fair.
Yeah, but yeah, if you just jump out, they're like 1,500.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's not even that bad.
No, not bad. No. Another story. So, barbershop talk. This is what happens when you go to the barbershop on a Monday. You hear things.
Yeah, weird move because most of them are closed.
Yeah, I just had to because it had been too long. I was like, we're 3 weeks deep. I gotta go. Yeah, like can't wait 2 days. Can't do it.
I envy you because I'm going tomorrow, but I really wish I was here, like looking like a snack.
You guys get haircuts that often?
It is tough with
2
like,
weeks is
the
like the
episode
minimum.
The episode following Bryce being on. Like you don't even have a cut. Like that's rough.
Yeah, but I'm not worried about it because I'm,
yeah, I bet you're
6'3" and 100 kilos.
That's messed up.
I love you, Bryce.
Oh man,
there's 2 of me.
Yo, so listen to this story.
Okay.
I'm just gonna air this dude out right now. I think it's public knowledge, so I don't think this is that bad what I'm saying, but it could be. So, now I don't even remember the guy's name. All right, so the barber lady next to me, you know the one with the short blonde hair?
Yeah.
Super cool. She was like, yo, did you hear about that football player? And I was like, no, what happened? And she goes, yeah, so apparently that football player, Abdul Carter, you know him?
Yeah,
Abdul Carter. I think hopefully it's that guy. Because if it's not that guy, I would feel really bad for him. So, keep in mind, guys, I don't know. This story is all hearsay from my point of view. So if none of this is true, then it's not true. But they're like, so that football player, Abdul Carter, was getting his car towed. He was parked in the tow truck driver came out to tow his car, and he lifted it and was like, oh, I'll drop it back down for you. It'll be $150. Or if you pick it back up there at the tow shop, it'll be $250.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. And
then they raised those. I used to pay $70 to.
Yeah, no, it's expensive now. And the guy was like, the Abdul Carter, the football player, was like, all good, Dad. No worries, bro. And let me go get the money. And like walk back in the house. And the dude was waiting for him outside for a little bit, like by the car. And then like all normal, very cool at first. And then the dude like busted back out the door and like sprinted at the tow truck driver and picked him up and slammed him on the ground and was like beating the hell out of him.
This is true.
Like broke all his ribs and like messed this dude up.
Yeah.
And then I don't know what happened after that. I'm assuming the guy was like, fine, I'll drop your car. But yeah, he like slammed. And then he calls the police, all this stuff. And then they like tried to like brush it under the rug because Blue White was in 2 weeks. Ooh. And they wanted him. So this happened like a long time ago. And he just now got arrested. Like very recently, within the last few days. And then I think there was just now some articles put out on it.
Yeah, that's what I'm reading right now.
Yeah.
So it did happen.
So it happened. It's the same guy.
Yeah, Abdul Carter.
Bro. So this dude attacked a tow truck driver, which we've all thought about doing.
100%.
Yeah, but you just don't follow through on that.
Yeah.
Because it's $150.
Yeah, I know. It's a $15,000 bail.
Yeah, come on. Like, take that NIL money, crumble it up, and throw it at him. Like, you're good. He'll drop the car. But, yeah, bro.
Interesting move by him to, like, go in and think about it.
Total fake out.
Then sprints.
So let's play some hypotheticals. So here's what I think happened most likely. He was at his boy's house, whatever, knew he parked illegally, saw the tow truck, gets a little pissed, but is like, oh, whatever, like, I'll go pay it. Goes inside, his boys are like, yo, nah, bro, get that dude. Like, don't let him do that to you. Like, hype him up and be like, nah, he's a little, like, this dude's, like, that's lame, this and that. And then he was like, all right.
Also, we don't have any cash, so, like.
Yeah. So you're going to want to get that car taken care of. And then rolls back out with a completely different energy and just breaks this guy's body.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, this is what it says here is that he thought that
this is not true.
The
so this is a lie.
Was trying to steal his car because a lot of Dodge Challengers have been stolen recently.
That's what he said. Right. The lady at our barbershop knows the tow truck driver personally.
Wow.
And they tried to.
What do you say about that?
Yeah. And so he said, and he said the dude was super cool and like at first was like 100%. So they're trying to cover it up.
Well, you got to say something, yeah.
Yeah, they're trying to cover it up to make it look not as bad as what it actually is. He just straight up attacked this guy. Number two, the tow truck driver was trying to press charges and like trying to sue this dude because he has like legit broken ribs, like messed up. And no lawyers would take it. Yeah. I guess.
Why?
I don't know. Because like local people, they didn't want to like mess with the football team.
Yeah.
And the police were saying too, like the charges were going to get dropped, like all this stuff. Like they were basically like just covering it all up.
Wow.
Yeah, bro.
That's a crazy story.
Messed up.
Yeah, it's really messed up.
Yeah, these guys think they can do anything. Listen, I've got my car lifted plenty of times. And did I think about jamming my elbow into that guy's orbital? Absolutely. But you don't do that, man. You pay the fine, you drive the car, and you're good.
Yeah. You leave it in the same spot and you go back inside.
Exactly. It's fine. No big deal.
Remember that one time we left for a trip and came back and we had like 16 tickets on the car?
That's not even the worst time, bro.
What?
Yeah, bro.
So we had some really bad car experiences.
The first, dude, I got so many tickets for on-campus parking, like
insane.
So this is how it works. First off, you start getting like $20 tickets. Then you start getting $50 tickets. By the 8th of that semester, you get a $100 ticket. And then if you get one more, your parking privileges are revoked. So I got there a couple times. And so the one was really bad where we had like 4 or 5 tickets like on our windshields. And we're like, oh.
Usually, like, if there's one on there, they don't keep putting it on. Like, Shaq will like use the same one and keep it on his windshield so they don't give him other ones. Yeah. And, but dude, we came back and there was like 6 or 7 tickets.
They had something out for us because
and a boot.
Yeah, because I remember one time I was parked at a frat and the ticket lady was like looking at my car and then I got out and she was like, I thought that was your car. If you were parked on campus, I would have written you up. And I was like, so you're searching me out like to try to give me a ticket, you freaking scumbag?
Yeah.
But anyways, the worst one was when we had to park somewhere weird. And so I parked in the normal like spot where I was actually supposed to park. And
that's what I was talking about. And then there was a construction zone.
Yes. So that's the same one.
Yeah.
So I'm parked where I'm supposed to park.
We park there every time.
And we're good. They were doing construction while we were gone. They moved our cars somehow. I think they towed them or moved. I don't know how they moved them, but they moved our cars to new spots. And then we got a ton of tickets on them, and I got towed.
Yeah.
And I got put into the freaking. I had to go pay like $350.
Yeah.
And then
did you get a T-shirt?
What?
All right, I'll save my story.
No,
then.
So I got towed, and no, it just sucked. I didn't get a T-shirt though.
You get a T-shirt for getting towed,
dude. I got towed like even it was late at night. So when I went to the impound, I couldn't even pick up my car, so I had to wait for the next day. So they gave you a T-shirt. Drove there next morning, dropped me off. I go, hey, I got my car towed, and the lady goes, quote unquote, no shit. And I was like, all right, well, thanks for putting me in a better mood. I'm like, how much is it going to be? And she said, $250. And I said, oh, boy. And she goes, well, do you want a T-shirt? And I was like, what? It's like, yeah. And it said, you want to hook up on the back.
Really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
So it was my first ever designer T-shirt.
You still have that?
No.
Oh.
No. I should have kept it, though.
Should have, yeah.
Yeah, towing's the worst, dude.
Yeah.
Parking here is awful.
Yeah, you got towed for a while unknowingly.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't have a car for too long, but when I did have it, it was gone.
You don't want to get into that.
No.
That's a long story. That's still a soft spot.
Yeah.
Whenever I want to take Tony down to peg, I'm just like, hey, you remember? Not even take you down to peg, just make you feel bad.
I just blindly would lend my car out as a nice guy. Like someone would be like, "Oh, I gotta head home, but like I'm gonna take the bus." I'm like, "Oh, dude, just take my car," even though I just met him like a couple weeks ago, and it went bad.
Yeah, you can imagine.
Funny thing is, I still have that same car.
You do. Yeah, everybody can basically extrapolate from that with that information to what went down. But yeah.
Well, the main question that I need to ask from that entire story is, how did you get a ticket at a frat? Why were you at a frat?
No, so there's a frat right next to Rec.
Oh, okay, that one makes sense.
There's a frat parking lot right next to the employee, like whatever, professor parking. And so I'm parking the frat across, and the lady was like eyeing me. She tried to give me. She wasn't gonna give me a ticket, but she was like looking at my car. And then I walked out, coming back from practice, and I was like, "Yo, what you looking at, narc?" I didn't say that.
You didn't say that. Is it the ginger lady?
No, but she's my rival.
Yeah,
for sure.
Ginger lady
so,
had
bro,
a target on his back.
So this another ticket I've got. This is a good story too. It's actually not that good of a story, but I was parked downtown in one of like the spots you parallel in, and I'm walking back to my car, and there's this ginger lady. She's like girl. She's like all right. She's like 20, and she's like writing a ticket on my car, and I'm like, whoa, what's up? Like I got money in the meter. Like we're good. And she was like, oh, it's actually regulation. You're parked further than 12 inches from the curb. I was like, how many inches am I parked away? I'm looking at it, I'm like, that's about 12. And she's like, yeah, it's like 14. And she got out a measuring tape and measured it. And I was like, are you seriously writing me tickets for this? And I can't remember what she said, but she just violated me and walked off. Bad. And I was like, I've never wanted to hit a girl more. Yeah. I've never wanted to hit a girl more than that. It was unbelievable.
Ginger on ginger crumb, I think, because his hair was dyed at the time, but she can still tell with the beard. So she was
I think if my hair hadn't been dyed, she would have let it slide. But she's like, you fake fraud.
Yeah, she was after you, bro.
Yeah, she got me though.
That is the worst job in the world. I haven't seen.
Yeah, no, for sure. I haven't seen her since.
Yeah, I took care of that for you.
You know what gets you out of tickets? Babies. Yeah, I was getting a ticket in Monterey for parking, and I was like, oh no, did you write already? And the guy was like, yeah, and I was like, dang man, I'm sorry. I swear I paid. Like, that's my wife. We got a baby, and he was like, oh, you're good. And I was like, oh, thanks, bro. Appreciate it.
That's cool.
It was like instantly it let me off.
Yeah, I haven't gotten many of those tickets.
Just are you talking about parking tickets?
Yeah.
Just the only tickets you get really are for like driving the wrong way down a one way or speeding.
That screwed me for like a solid 5 years.
Yeah.
How do you do that?
I had to take a 8 hours like driver's offensive.
So tell it how it happened.
Dude, it was like our first 2 weeks in school, and I was driving everybody to the movie, coming back from the movies.
Yeah.
It's like 5 of us, and I turn on to...
no, it was just me and you, bro. And you know why we were so late? It's because I left my wallet in the theater, remember?
Oh, what? That you're combining the two stories.
Am I?
Yeah,
Am I?
We had the girls with us.
Whoa. Relax.
Save girls. And I turned left onto College, Beaver, whatever. College.
But left on, so Atherton and College, the intersection near campus, turn left.
Oh.
Yeah.
So you were going up a one way.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
I immediately turned left, and cop like turns his lights on and like
drives straight
towards me.
We're like, whoa.
Like, climbing on the brakes, and he like gets out of his car. He's like, "What the hell are you doing?" And I was like, "I don't know. I just got here." Like, the GPS said,
"We're just trying to go home."
Yeah, and he was like, "Yeah, this is a one way, bud. So you're getting a ticket." And I was like, "Okay."
Like, I didn't even say anything. You're like, "I'm sorry. Like, I didn't know."
Yeah, I was like, "Okay, I don't know. If I knew it was one way, I wouldn't freaking turn left here." And
so we were literally like 10 feet down the one way. It wasn't like we had been driving for a while.
And it was late, so there was no one on the road, so I couldn't really tell.
Super late.
And this dude writes me up a ticket. I don't know what he wrote me up for, but I literally had like 6 points on my license, and I got charged $150 like every 3 months for this ticket. It was something crazy. Like I don't know if he wrote me up for like
It was a felony.
Something like reckless driving to try to cause an accident. Maybe I had my shirt off or something, so it was like indecent exposure as well. But dude, I had to deal with this for like a year, and then I got one more speeding ticket, and that's when my license was revoked, and I had to go to a driver's ed course.
Wow.
It was like an 8-hour course of like learning how to drive again. I learned a lot though from that course. I bet. Because a lot of stuff they don't teach you.
No.
Yeah.
What type of people were in there with you?
It was like Breakfast Club. It was like Land of the Misfit Kids. It was so interesting, dude.
It could be a TV show just on that.
Yeah, I walked in. I was like, I don't fit in. So good here. But
I can't really picture that for you, man.
It was weird.
You were a criminal.
Apparently, dude. That cop had it out for me.
Is. Always has been.
You know what TV show I just started watching? Actually, Shameless. Have you guys seen that?
Tony and George watched that.
No, I didn't. George said the same thing, but I never watched it.
I would pop in like half an episode here and there with. Must have been just George then.
Yeah, I wasn't into it.
Nah, me neither.
Great show.
Everyone says it's good, but
it seems like
too
trashy and weird for me.
Yeah.
You know the one episode I did watch where I think there's did you just start watching?
Yeah, I'm like just in the first episode of season 2.
Okay, well this is probably way later then, but they're like I think the dude like wins a Porsche or steals a Porsche or something and then loses it. And then
no, that's the first season.
Yeah, then the whole season or the whole episode he's just like looking for it.
Yeah,
that seemed kind of funny.
Yeah, he's not even in the second season. I'm pissed about it.
Oh really?
The one guy that I liked who was just like he ran a. It was kind of, remember in the first John Wick how the guy wanted to steal John's car and then give it to like the shop and they sell it.
Yeah.
It was like, that's what he did. Same kind of deal.
We got to finish The Gentleman.
We're only on like 4 episode, 4 or 5, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we got to finish
Against
that.
all odds, we're on 4.
Against all odds. Yeah. That we do need to finish.
That might have been the funniest part of the trip.
Oh, all those interruptions?
You trying to sit down.
Yeah, that was frustrating. I've never been less happy to see my family. Oh man.
Let's get into some of the fights this weekend.
No.
Okay.
There were fights this weekend.
UFC 301, dude. Big card.
Oh, it's already
coming
it's
up.
happening or
Yeah, this Saturday.
we can get into 2 fights. That's it.
Choose your best.
2.
Pick 2.
I'll just go down my picks.
No, just pick 2 fights. You can give us the picks to those 2 fights.
We can just do the co-main and the main.
Yeah.
We got Aldo against Martinez.
We got Aldo.
No-brainer. It's a no-brainer.
Who do you got?
Aldo.
Okay.
Kidding me?
I got Martinez.
All right. You would say that against the legend? That's
no,
messed
I was
up,
just saying it because you said the opposite.
It's messed up.
Yeah. I'm not going against Aldo. I'm going against Brown.
When that was announced, Zach came down and was like, dude, you'll never guess who's coming back. I was like, who? And he was like, Jose Aldo. And I was like, cool. And he was like, really? Really the legend?
The legend.
I had a completely different perspective of Smack after watching fights with him live because when
you found his true passion.
When Charles lost, it was like
broke him.
It was like,
was he sad?
Dude, heartbroken.
Oh.
It was like
it
was like hard to sit next to him.
Yeah.
I was like, oh.
that especially
Dude.
if there was
It was like
there was a parlay involved.
It was like your mom like waving candy in front of your face and then just like throwing out the window of the car. Like
that was a crazy fight.
That was a crazy
that fight was nuts.
But then the main event is Pantoja against
Ursig.
I
got Pantoja.
Yeah, Pantoja by unanimous decision is going to happen. It's just what it is.
Well, those fights should be exciting.
Yeah. The other one that I did want to talk about though is Paul Craig against the guy that's been calling you out a little bit, Caio Barallo.
Oh, he called me out?
Yeah, he called you back out like a while ago.
So when this is the only thing I've heard of him, he said after not my last opponent, but the opponent before, after he pulled out, they were looking for a new opponent for me, and he was like, "I'll fight him if they pay me a bunch of money or something. Show me the money and I'll fight him." I'm like, bro, what? Like, first off, they would never do that. Secondly, do you really want to fight? Yeah. I don't know, but he'll probably beat Paul Craig, I think.
You can't count Paul Craig out, though.
No, you can't count him out, but I think he'll probably beat him. Sneaky. We'll see, though. It'll be a good test for him because I don't think he's really fought anybody. He fought...
Can you name it is the question.
Can I name his last opponent?
Yeah.
He's Russian. No, it's not Olechesnik, is it?
No, he is Russian.
Oh, frick, I watched the fight, but I don't remember who his name is.
He was on the card with Almeida against Lewis. If that helps.
That doesn't help. Oh, he's on the card with Almeida against Lewis?
Like, that was the last time that he fought.
Okay.
November of 4th, 2023.
That was a good fight, Almeida versus Lewis.
No, it was not.
I don't know. Who is it?
Abbas.
Oh, Magomedov. He beat him?
Yeah.
What was
Decision.
Decision?
Yeah.
Before that, who'd he beat?
Michael
Olechesnik. Yeah, that's the fight I was thinking.
All right. Say that again?
I don't know if I was saying
No,
right.
I like the way that you look at that name. Look at that name. People would make fun of me all the time and say I can't pronounce names correctly. They have to realize.
Pretty close. But
what I'm saying.
I think that's pretty
good.
There's
no N at the end, so it's probably like
Olechesnik.
Yeah.
Olechesnik.
Yeah. Close enough.
Yeah.
But I think that would be a good fight.
Yeah,
that was the other one that I
definitely
wanted
a good
to talk
fight.
about.
That'll definitely be a good fight.
I also am debating on who to bet on based on if Paul Craig paints himself blue.
Has he? I thought
he's done
does he not do that every time?
He does the tribal thing.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Remember when he snapped Jamal's Hill arm?
That was sick,
dude.
That was prime Paul Craig.
Yeah, that was sick.
And then he elbowed him in the face like 50 times.
Yeah.
And dude, honestly, Jamal ate him.
Yeah. He was a dog in that fight. He freaking was just like dangling his arm.
He was like, yeah, all right.
That was absurd.
Yeah.
That was absolutely absurd. But we do have to talk about some big news. And it's about Jiri Prochazka.
What?
He's coming down the middleweight.
Is he? No, he's not.
He said he's going to try and fight for the light heavyweight belt next, and then he's going to move down to middleweight.
Really?
Which I don't know how he's going to make that cut.
He's not that big.
He's pretty tall, though.
Yeah.
He's not that tall.
He doesn't look like he has a lot on him.
He's taller than me.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, are you counting his ponytail?
And his shoes, and yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
No, he's probably like 6'2", 6'3". No, he's probably 6'3".
Yeah.
But he will be a string at middleweight.
Yeah, he's wide too, so I don't know how he makes that.
Well, no, he's not. Dude, I would bet that he's not more than like 215.
Really?
Yeah. You're way bigger than him, bro. I stood next to him like a couple times.
Yeah.
Like, you're way bigger than him.
I think I stood next to him much times too, but it's because of the way he stands.
He stands like a straight up samurai.
Yeah, and he's literally like this at all times.
Yeah, he looks massive.
Yeah.
No, he's not that big.
Well, Rizzo was saying that he was like standing outside of T-Mobile and
at like 4 a.m., right?
Yeah. Well, and Rizzo was out there.
No.
And he walked up to him and he goes, "What are you doing, Jiri?" And he goes, "Meditating." He's like, "Can we get a picture?" He goes, "Yes."
Yeah, that dude is cool though.
Dude. He had a dope vibe. Even in the weigh-ins and stuff, he was just sitting there like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, that takes a lot of energy.
Yeah. Yeah, I was like, this guy's interesting.
Nah, he's cool. I like that dude. I don't know. If he comes down middleweight, it's all good. We probably won't fight. So.
Yeah, I don't think you would. Yeah. Last thing about on this episode, Ryan Garcia against Devin Haney. Ryan Garcia won.
Dude, yeah, I didn't think he was going to win.
Crazy, bro.
So
no one thought he was
gonna faked me out so hard. I thought this dude was nuts.
Faked everybody.
He was not crazy. He's not crazy person.
He faked everybody, dude.
Everybody, bro. And he put $2 million on himself to win 12.
He also paid out $1.5 million for missing weight.
Yeah, but you know he did that on purpose.
Yeah.
He missed weight on purpose, and then he just took the money that he basically lost and put it on himself.
Yeah.
To make it all back.
He won across the board.
Yeah, he made 50 mil, then he made 12, then he made another 10 on his bet. And then who knows how much for sponsors and all this and that. Oh, I actually heard it was closer to 30 that he made. But then 10 for his what do you call it? It was probably 50 altogether with everything.
Yeah, he got everybody. What also, like, he wasn't faking that he was drinking throughout camp. So, like, it's a little easier to fake when you're doing that.
Was he actually drinking?
Yeah, he like even said, I was out watching him on Patrick by David. And he was like, the only thing I wasn't faking was I was drinking during camp a lot. And so, it makes it a little more believable.
I wonder if he actually drank that beer or if it was water.
Yeah, he said something
post
about
weigh-in.
that. Yeah,
he kept going back. He was still joking about it.
And if he drank through camp, then I would assume he drank a beer after weigh-in.
Yeah,
He's probably whatever. Let's go.
At that point,
he looked good, dude. He freaking dropped him.
No, he's good, dude.
4 times.
That was crazy. He should fight Tank again, but at a bigger weight, at like 140.
That's what everyone's saying. Yeah, I would love to see that.
That's what I was just gonna say. Yeah. Is it take away from does that make Tank that much better?
Yeah, definitely. Dude, Tank kind of pieced him up.
Yeah, but if you look at seeing them next to each other right now would be pretty crazy.
Like their size difference? Yeah.
And the pictures they showed when he fought in the ring, he was so sucked out. Yeah. And here he was.
Well, Tank's just small.
He's really tiny. So they kind of have to do in between.
I met him. He was at the PI. He was dope. Yeah. He was cool. Yeah.
But I think he's way bigger, so it's tough.
Yeah, it's tough. Tank, I think Tank's the best fighter out of all those guys though. I've felt that way for a while. I watched a lot of his fights and he's very smart.
Yeah.
It was crazy to see Devin Haney lose.
Devin Haney lost to Lomachenko, for being honest. Loma pieced him up.
We watched that fight down in Puerto Rico, didn't we?
Yeah, bro. Loma whipped his butt. But
I remember that.
It is what it is, man. It is what it is.
Well, so do you think
these judges be tripping?
Do you think what's worse? Do you think boxing judges or UFC judges?
Boxing judges for sure.
Wow.
I've just seen so many.
They called one of those. They called that fight a draw. One of them.
Yeah. No, I've seen some egregious cards in boxing. UFC, it's harder to be worse because all it takes is one flipped round for a judge to lose a fight. You could have one guy that's a bad judge. You could have one judge call it right, and then you could have one judge just if there's a close round, he calls it to the wrong guy. That's the deciding factor. It's way being an MMA judge is much more difficult than being a boxing judge because you're judging 3 rounds generally on the same type of scorecards as these guys are judging 10 and 12 rounds. And so it's okay, for you to be a bad boxing judge, you got to miss 4 or 5 rounds. It's not in an MMA judge, you might miss 1 round and then it's the whole fight's screwed.
It's less forgiving.
Way less forgiving.
Interesting.
It should be probably a different scoring system in MMA because it's so much different.
I like that BKFC had Chris Lieben as a judge.
Yeah, definitely former fighters. Yeah.
You know what I do like in BKFC? So I think it was the one guy with the face tattoos who he fought recently, but him against Michael Venom Page.
Mike Perry.
Yeah, that guy. And when I think it went into a split at the very end, and then they did an extra round.
Oh, really?
To decide
they did do that.
Sudden death?
Sudden death.
That's crazy. I did not know that.
I like that so much better.
Yeah, no, they do that in bare knuckle. I've seen that.
I mean, they
used to do that in Pride, right? Or Ultimate Fighter. Ultimate Fighter, that's what they did it in. Yeah. No, that was dope.
I think that should
split 1-1. Sudden death.
Yeah.
1 minute round, sudden death.
Yeah, I was gonna say 2 minute, just go crazy.
They shrink the ring to make it 1 foot by 1 foot. Just go
fight in a telephone. Dude, I've been watching those car jiu-jitsu matches.
Oh, that's a dangerous.
We'll get into that on another time, but
yeah,
those are good.
The last thing I want to talk
next time on Nickels and Dimes, car jiu-jitsu.
Last thing I want to touch on with Ryan Garcia is, do you think that fight's actually going to happen between him and O'Malley? And if so, what does it actually happen in boxing? Boxing is the easy answer to that question, but do you think it's actually plausible that Ryan Garcia fights in 4-ounce gloves in a cage?
Oh, that'd be scary, dude. With that speed.
He's very fast, but I don't think he would. O'Malley just kick him in the leg.
Yeah, I mean,
imagine O'Malley goes to kick him in the leg and he just checks the hell out of him. Not going to happen, but that would be so funny.
They'll probably box before that.
They're definitely.
They're going to have to.
But Ryan Garcia did say he wanted MMA.
Yeah.
He's a guy I could see being a decent MMA fighter.
Yeah.
Moves a lot, fast hands. He would just have to figure out, he couldn't fight a wrestler. He'd get killed.
Yeah.
If you fight a striker, there should be more hybrid stuff, like a boxing fight in a cage with 4-ounce gloves.
Yeah.
So no ropes, maybe 5-minute rounds.
Yeah.
3 5-minute rounds.
They were originally talking about with Fury and Ngannou, they were going to do.
Yeah, no way.
All gloves.
It's too much. Too much to change.
Yeah. No, I don't think they'll fight. I think more than likely they won't fight, but I'll give it a 17.5% chance of happening. Not quite 1/5.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, O'Malley probably needs like 1 or 2 steps up to be like a mega star, and then make it happen.
Yeah, if he defends the title 2 more times, star. Yeah, for sure. Already pretty big star, but he'll be massive.
All right. Love y'all.
That's all we got. See ya.